Good. Now we're going. Hello. Oh, I'm back. I'm back with Squeaky Chair and a really close up. I'm back to share some homemade paper. I'm trying to zoom out here. Okay, maybe that's better. Okay. Actually, I think we'll just leave it like that. If I need to, I can get to the controls. Okay. I just thought this is one of the things I like to do. I like to create paper, and I do different things. This is a baby wipe that I just let dry, and I just keep playing with it, keep playing with it. Here's some coffee filters that this was a result. These were a result of I did a really wet version of a tie-dye. It was actually hilarious on Halloween a couple years ago, but anyway, and it's one of those things where I rolled it and I just kept rolling, and because I didn't have the exact product that this woman used, and so anyway, I use what you have, and so yeah, and I just kept rolling, and and I had all kinds of stuff in there, and so that's the result of this. These are just kind of starters that you can come back to, and you can stamp on them, continue arting on them, however. But these are like starters. They're good to have around. They're just good to have around. Here's another one that's getting better and better. I love the metallic. Sometimes it's kind of hard to choose which is the best side. Here's another one that, as you can see, I started doing stamping on it and also tracing. And of course, those are not necessarily done, or they could be. This is Japanese calligraphy paper, and this is pulled apart napkin. There's some leftover paper, just glued in, leftover, scrapbook paper. This is a baby wipe that I left over from tattered floral dye. I glued that in. And of course, this is just a starter. Here's paper towels that were in that same batch as these. You can see how the colors are coordinated. But these are also starter. And at some point, and yes, you can also, as you go, you can pull these apart, and they become, thinner and thinner. They pull apart. But again, some starters. This is actually one of my faves. Papers here. Let me get this coming up here. This is one of my faves. I was watching. It was on a. I got the idea, the inspiration from the Firefly episodes out there, and their graphics, and that's what inspired me. And this is one of my all-time faves. Yeah. Yeah. We'll take a moment out to kind of pet it. That's how much I like it. And this is cardboard. This is not necessarily done. I've just pulled some paperboard. I believe this was a frozen meal box. Pulled it, gently pulled it apart, and I just did both sides. This is another one. This is probably done. This side is, yeah. And oftentimes what I do is I just start creating. Sometimes I have certain stamps or colors or whatever, and I just get going. Sometimes I'm actually thinking about someone specific, and that comes across. This one, it blurred, but as a starter background, it's like, hello. This is just, printer paper in lavender, and it's a chartreuse, and, again, that's just a starter because I goofed on it. This is recycled deli paper that has some gesso on it, and in order to get my gesso into a more vintagey color, I add vanilla extract into my gesso, and it tones that white down. This is a, this is a recycled, absolutely clean, but again, I put a coating of gesso on the back, so that's a starter. And this is a part of an advertisement catalog page, and both sides are actually done. So I got this far, and sometimes it's good just to have that going for you, and then you can just pick it up and go. I'm actually thinking this is a piece of cardstock, white cardstock. I'm actually thinking this one's done. This one I was trying to, well, it looks okay, but see, I was drawing a fleur-de-lis, and then it just kind of took off from there. And this is just a starter one. This is printer paper. And this is a magazine, and I'm not going to flip the other side, but again, I have a hunch this one's done. I kind of like it the way it is. It's a little odd, but I like it. This is a piece of refill paper, and it has some, I like counts too. No, I like it. This is a favorite baby wipe, and yeah, and that's not complete yet. Some of these obviously are. This one, I decided, this is printer paper. This one, I decided just to walk away from it. It's done up to this point, and then when I'm flipping through something for a project or something, I can flip through this, and if I decide to go with this, then I can tone it down or ramp it up or whatever, this is one of, this is recycled deli. Yep. This is, let me see here. This is some newspaper flyer, and this is probably not done. This is one of those where I did it cut more as a vintagey look to it, and it's probably done in the sense that it could become a good tag background or a wall, and then I could continue to work from there. This is some more paperboard worked on both sides, and this is really handy again, to have some of this just, yeah. Yeah. This, yeah, it's just a starter. You know, it's not done. Yeah. Found object. This is actually a celery rose, and this is a cut up flip-flop. So that's not done. This one, it started as a stamping off, you know, and so, you know, this is again starter, but it, you know, if I absolutely need it, then it's kind of cool the way it is. It could be a good background. These are a couple of my faves. This again is, this one never got done, but this one, and I wanted to, these kind of go together. And here's the back of this one. This is a brown paper sack. This one actually goes into a kit, paper kit that I'm making for somebody. Okay. This is actually 100% muslin. And as you can see, here's some baby wipe, fast food sacks. Here's some vintage ledger paper that's been painted on, leftover scrapbook paper, and this has actually been sewn on. This is glued. First of all, it's been glued on, and once it's dried, then I actually sewed it in a few places. This one does not have a top. This one does not have its top yet. I just wanted to kind of show you some fabric paper in progress. This one is, oh, see, on both sides. Sometimes I do both sides, sometimes I don't. This one kind of didn't turn out the way I had intended. That one's much better. But, you know, there's starters, and so, you know, I can come back and pick this up. If I got basic colors in here that I need, then I can just pick this up and, you know, just pick up where I left off. This one, it just didn't, it kind of fizzled. And I just walked away from it. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm not going to throw it out because it will come in handy down the road. Here's just some, like, brayering off starter. Book pages. Here's a starter as part of a calendar. There's a baby wipe that's sort of braying off of as well. I busted my brayer. But here again, here's some starters. Now, this is a book page, and yeah, this is one of those where I think I decided to just kind of leave it where it is, and then come back to it if I need it. As you can see, I did some cutting out. Here's another. I was making some flowers, and I had a whole bunch of, I had some deli paper, and it's kind of a combination, so all this went together. And that's leftovers. That, again, is refill paper, and just kind of playing around. Yeah, just playing around. Sometimes that's what I do. This is some more 100%. Oh, yeah, that's for Pavla. 107 something or other. Sometimes I will count the actual things I put on here. Anyway, that's just a little side joke. Anyway, this is 100% muslin. And again, it's very random. And this is in the more vintagey. And as you can see, I've cut some things out. And it's not necessarily complete, but I got it to the point where I wanted it, and then as I need it, I can just cut out the part I need, and I can continue arting on it. My paper is starting to pull off right there. Just, again, you know, yeah, that with the flowers over on the other ones there. This is deli paper of some kind. And again, it's just kind of, you know, your brush off, paint, you know, paint off kind of thing. And I just left it as a starter. And this is brown paper. This is brown paper. And I just crumple it up, and yeah, this is lickable, guys. This one, lickable. Yep, lickable. It's just, yeah, something awesome. Yeah, there's some like brown paint in there. There's some obviously green, different shades of green paint, and then I doused it in Lindy's, and yeah, this is one of those you can like look at it and go, ooh, and then you pick it up about 20 minutes later or 3 days later and go, ooh, you know, yeah, look at that. Yeah. Okay. I just thought I would share. As of Saturday morning, I purchased a jelly plate. And it was a gift. And so I'm adding, I have faux jelly plated. And yeah, and that's worked out, but yeah. So I just thought I'd come on and share some of my papers that I've made and let you know that I'm now adding a jelly plate to my repertoire. Wow, that's a big word. Okay. Love ya. See ya.